Hello bookworms, I'm Becca. Today I'm going to be doing the Cozy Autumn book tag. I feel like this tag is perfect for this time of year. I've wanted nothing more than to get cozy in pajamas and warm blankets with a nice cup of tea and dive into a good book. So this tag has 10 questions all about cozy reading time. Let's jump right in. Question number 1 is, what book always reminds you of autumn? I picked 2 books for this question. The first one is Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is one of my favorite books of all time, and it reminds me of autumn because around this time of year I always just get a craving to want to dive back in and give this book a reread. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really take place during the fall. It takes place over the course of a school year, but there's just something about the atmosphere in this book that makes me want to pick it up during this cozy season. If you don't know, Looking for Alaska is about a boy named Miles who is always in search of a great perhaps, and he has an obsession with famous last words. While away at boarding school, Miles meets Alaska Young, who is basically the girl of his dreams, and they start an exciting journey together, but as you read, you always have this sense of impending doom ahead of you. I won't give much more away than that, but I loved this book so heckin' much, and I definitely recommend it for a gloomy autumn day. And the second book I have for this question is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is another one that I feel like the atmosphere of this book really lends itself to this time of year. It's a very cozy, atmospheric read. Maggie Stiefvater has a way with words. It's so beautifully written, it's so richly written that you have to give so much attention to this series. I have read the first book and I own the other books in the series, but I haven't really continued on just because I have to devote so much of my attention while I'm reading it. Otherwise, I have no clue what is going on. That is how rich the storytelling is, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just I need to be able to give my full attention, and I haven't been able to do that. For as long as Blue can remember, she's been told that she's going to cause her true love to die, and she never thought that this would be a problem. That is, until she finds herself wrapped up in the strange and sinister world of this group of boys known as the Raven Boys. Blue's not so sure anymore. Even though I haven't read the rest of the series, I highly recommend this book, and I think that you should read it and come up with your own conclusion. I just realized that there was a freaking tape dispenser behind me the whole time, so love that for me. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite autumnal book cover? And for this, I'm going to go with If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. This cover just screams fall. It's covered with fall leaves. The colors on it are very reminiscent of the autumn season, and every time I see this on my shelf, I just think of the fall. I really should read it during this time of year. I haven't read this one yet. It's a very short book, and the only thing I know about it is that it is about an interracial relationship. Question number 3 is, what is your favorite autumnal drink to read with? And this is a tough one for me. I don't really have a specific drink that I read with, but I do usually enjoy having a nice cup of tea. I will say that lately, because it is the fall season, I have been having a lot of warm apple cider, which has been absolutely delicious, and anytime I want to feel extra cozy, I get my spiced apple cider, warm it up, and have a nice cozy night. So I guess if I had to go with anything, it would be apple cider. I feel like apple cider is the quintessential autumn drink. Question number 4 is, do you prefer to read late at night or early in the morning? My answer for this kind of depends on what day it is. So during the week, I work a full-time job, and I don't like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and reading. However, I do like coming home from work, putting on some pajamas, comfy clothes, and curling up with a book. So I would say during the week, I much more prefer to read late at night. However, on the weekends, especially during autumn, I love waking up fairly early, maybe around 8 or 9, and having a cup of tea or a warm beverage and reading a little bit outside in the crisp autumn air. So that is something that I have liked to do in the past. I haven't been doing that a lot lately, and now it is getting way too cold to do that. So I think I've missed out on that for this season, but that's okay. There's always next year. Question number 5 is Halloween is coming. What is your favorite spooky read? Unfortunately, Halloween has come and gone. So there's that. It is mid-November. I guess I'm later than I thought on this book tag, but that's okay. So of course, I have to go with my absolute favorite. This comes to no surprise. I'm going with The Merciless by Danielle Vega. This is a young adult horror about a girl named Sophia who has moved to a new town and has befriended the it girls at school who believe that this other girl might be possessed by a demon. So they stage a plan to kidnap her and perform an exorcism in an abandoned housing development. The tagline on the back of this is "Forgive us, Father, for we have sinned." I friggin' love the series. It's the first book in a 4-book series. Danielle Vega is amazing, and I don't see a lot of young adult horror popping up, so yeah, read these. They're my favorites. Question number 6 is what is the ultimate comfort read for you? And I already mentioned Looking for Alaska, so I'm not going to talk about that again. Instead, I'm going to talk about Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becca Albertalli. This is another book that I revisit at least once a year, and I am not a rereader. There's only a few books on my shelf that I would even consider rereading, and Simon is one of them. Obviously, the cover is bent. I have another copy higher up on my shelf that you guys can't see that is all written in and tabbed. I got a second copy specifically so that I could lend it out to people. I love this book so freaking much. You guys might be familiar with the movie Love, Simon, which is another movie that I could watch over and over again, and I'm not a movie person, so I think that in and of itself speaks volumes to the storytelling that Becca Albertalli has in this book, and especially I believe this was her debut, so it is so heckin' good. This is about a boy named Simon who is closeted but has been exchanging emails with an anonymous boy at school who he finds has the same feelings that he has. And when these emails are discovered, Simon finds himself being blackmailed by the class clown. So Simon has to decide whether or not he's going to stay hidden or be true to himself. It is so freaking good, you guys. I love this book so much. I know that there's so many other LGBT books out there, but this one speaks to me a lot, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. So if you have not, for whatever reason, read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, get on that. Question number 7 is what is your favorite autumnal reading snack? And just like the drink question, I don't have a specific autumnal snack that I enjoy, but one thing that I do like snacking on when I have cozy reading nights, for whatever reason, I always crave popcorn. I don't know if it's just because books are a form of entertainment and I just have popcorn as the snack tied to entertainment because movies, TV, you know, everything like that. But I really enjoy getting some popcorn. I guess it's kind of like an autumnal snack. Don't people put popcorn on Christmas trees or something? I don't know. I've never done that. Let me know down below in the comments if you also enjoy popcorn while you're reading. I feel like that's such a random snack, but that's what I want to eat. Question number 8 is what is your favorite candle to burn while you're reading during the autumn season? And for me, that is anything that is scented cinnamon, anything that is scented like apples, anything that is pumpkin or spiced scents. All of those classic autumnal cozy scents are the candles that I have. Even year round, those are just the only candle scents that I really like to get. So I have a spiced candy apple candle right on my bookshelf right now. I have cinnamon wax melts in my living room that I turn on when I start reading and get all cozy so that it's just a whole It's a whole mood. Question number 9 is, when you're not reading, what is your favorite autumnal activity? Now this year I haven't gotten to really do much of anything activity-wise, but in the past something that I really enjoyed doing and hope to do again in the future is go apple picking. That was super fun. I've never done that before. I did it a couple years ago and I absolutely loved it. I like going to the pumpkin patch and picking out my own pumpkin. That is super fun. And one of the nature centers near me has a fall festival that I used to go to all the time growing up. And I've went to it a couple of times in my adult years now that I've moved back to my hometown. And I love it. And I love being able to bring Josh to these as well and have him experience some traditions that I had all of my life, and we can continue that together as our own little family. So that's what I like to do in the autumn. And question number 10 is, what is on your autumn reading list? And I just put out my November TBR of books that I'm hoping to get to this month. So far, it has not been good, but I'm hoping that since I have a couple of days off next week for Thanksgiving, that I'll be able to set some time aside and do some reading. I don't know where it is, but I really want to read Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I'm looking forward to that one a lot. It is so hyped, and there is a book tag that is associated with that book, so as soon as I read it, that will be another video that will be coming up. So there is that. And there you guys go. That is the cozy reading book tag. Let me know down below in the comments what books you are looking forward to reading during this cozy fall season. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. Bye!